Did you know? There are many unused stages in the Super Smash Bros. Series. In the original Super Smash Bros., there are 2 unused Kirby-themed stages. One stage is similar to the Dreamland stage in its layout, but the platforms also have grabbable edges. The second stage is also similar to Dreamland, but has an assortment of obstacles in place of the 3 platforms. Because of the unusual obstacles and simple designs, it's thought these levels were used exclusively for testing the game. Some of the game's stages were also reworked during development. Peach's Castle appears to have originally had 1 platform instead of 2, and Saffron City had different buildings and a different color scheme for the floor and neon sign in the background. The Dreamland stage had a darker color scheme with taller grass, and some of the brickwork in the Hyrule Castle stage was originally solid gray rather than a textured surface. In Super Smash Bros. Melee, the temple stage originally had additional platforms in the rightmost area of the stage. The platforms can be seen in some early screenshots and even in Melee's special movie, which was only available in NTSC versions of the game. The Yoshi's Story, Yoshi's Island, and Mushroom Kingdom stages were all fairly different during development. The Yoshi's Story stage was extended with a ramp leading down to another flat surface. The Yoshi's Island stage had more blocks and was much larger, and Melee's Mushroom Kingdom stage had a stronger resemblance with the Mushroom Kingdom stage from the original Super Smash Bros. The stage 4 side originally had black and white buildings in the background, rather than the buildings with multicolored windows seen in the final game. In screenshots of the Pokemon Stadium stage, different elemental icons can be seen on the background screen which resemble the icons used in the Pokemon trading card game. The Rainbow Cruise stage was cloudier at one point and appeared to have a different ship design. An image of what appears to be an early version of Jungle Japes shows the background was very different. Cranky Shack was a silhouette in the background, and the floor appears to be gray. There's also an inaccessible stage in the game labeled Acania. Acania is thought to be an unfinished Fire Emblem theme stage, as it shares its name with both a continent and a country from the Fire Emblem series and is associated with Marth. There are also some test stages left in the game's data. One of the stages labeled Test is long and textureless. Its background appears to be a photograph of the inside of a pub, and the music in the stage is the same as in the Corneria stage. A stage labeled Dummy crashes the game when loading, but hacking into it shows it's just an empty stage with an invisible platform. There are also 2 stages labeled Tin 2 and Ice Top that seem to be identical and are basically the Icicle Mountain stage from the game's adventure mode. The final unused stage in Melee is a Break the Targets level for Sheik. It went unused because Zelda and Sheik ended up sharing the same Break the Target stage. In the data for Super Smash Bros. Brawl, there's an empty and unused effect file for the Metroid antagonist Ridley. The file is located in a directory labeled Effect/Assist, suggesting that Ridley was at one point planned to be an assist trophy. It's thought the idea may have been cancelled in order to make him a boss in the Subspace Emissary. In Brawl's first playable demo, the Pokemon Gardevoir appeared as an assist trophy instead of appearing after a player uses the Pokeball item as it does in the final version of the game. This means that Pokemon were originally going to appear as assist trophies instead of appearing from Pokeballs, or this was done simply to show off the new assist trophy feature in the demo. The Pokemon Ditto was planned to appear from the Pokeball items in Super Smash Bros. Melee. It can be added to the game with help from cheat devices and is labeled Meta, as Ditto's Japanese name is Metamon. Ditto appears in Melee's official strategy guide, suggesting it was removed late into development. It's rumored that Ditto was meant to transform into whoever threw the ball and would help the player fight, similar to the assist trophies in Brawl. Problems with Ditto's programming led it to being dropped from development. Although this may be true, Ditto does practically nothing when summoned in the game. It simply says Meta, then disappears. In the Mushroom Kingdom stages found in both Melee and the original Super Smash Bros., if you pause the game and rotate the camera so you can see the stage boundaries, you should be able to see a black sign that says, "Danger!" warning you about the stage's blast zones. There's another out-of-sight Easter egg in Melee and Brawl's Annette stage. If you stand just to the right of the blue house, pause, and zoom out, you'll be able to see a message board. It reads, "Caution! A black van driven by this guy has been spotted racing recklessly through town. Be careful." This is a reference to the Runaway 5 jazz band from Earthbound. You can see their black bus drive by in the level, and 2 of the members appear in the game's opening cinematic. There's another potential Easter egg in Annette. A user at EarthboundCentral.com who goes by the name Tanson found a rice ball in Brawl hidden behind the plants in front of Annette's drugstore. It was later found by others to also be in Melee. It's unknown whether it was placed intentionally or not, but the stage's assets would have had to be analyzed at some point during either Melee or Brawl's development, and there seems to be no no other explanation as to why it's there. The Luigi's Mansion stage also has a potential Easter egg. If you hack the camera so it can move freely and look around the child's room upstairs, you can find a texture for a boo on the underside of the bed. This could simply be a misplaced texture, but because it's essentially a monster under a child's bed, it could very well be intentional. There's also an Easter egg hidden in plain sight in Brawl. A tune plays during Peach's final smash. Slowing this tune down reveals it's strikingly similar to the Coin Heaven theme from Super Mario Bros. 3. That's all for today, but don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Make sure you also check out digiknowgaming.com, where we post gaming trivia every single day. If you like this video, check out our other videos. And if you want to watch a ridiculous top 10 video, you should check out my top 10 old people in gaming.